Let's explore the chart settings where you can customize how your charts display and behave. Click the gear icon at the top of your chart or find it in the Style submenu. Once you're in the chart settings, you'll see several tabs along with an alert message that says, "These settings affect all chartings." This is where Thinkorswim gets a bit confusing. The time zone setting is truly global. It affects all charts throughout the platform. But most other settings only affect the specific chart you're working with. If you make changes and want to go back to the original settings, click the Reset to Chart Default button at the bottom left of the settings panel. Keep in mind this will reset all the tab settings for the chart, not just the tab you're on. Looking at the panel, you'll see tabs for equities, options, futures, and forex. Each of these tabs controls the settings for when that type of symbol is loaded in your chart. So, if you want to hide the volume subgraph on all your charts regardless of symbol type, you'd need to uncheck it on all 4 tabs. Same goes for extended hours display. If you want pre-market and after-hours data showing on stocks, but not on futures, you'd check it under equities, but leave it unchecked under futures. Under the Appearance tab, you can customize your chart's visual look. You'll find options for candle types, background color, grid style, and overall theme. Click on the color boxes to change background colors, grid line colors, and more. The Favorite Timeframes tab lets you create custom timeframes with specific settings. Select your aggregation type, time, tick, or range. Choose intraday, daily, or custom, then set your time interval and aggregation period. Once you've configured it the way you want, click Add to save it to your favorites list for future use. You can move time frames up or down in the list or delete them altogether. Under the Time Axis tab, you can remove certain timeline markers that might clutter your chart, things like rollover lines, expiration Fridays, or year marking lines. You can also set how many bars you want to show to the right of the current candle. This expansion area is useful for analysis purposes or for displaying certain studies that need that extra space. A helpful feature in this tab is the Keep Time Zoom checkbox. When this is checked, your zoom level stays consistent when you load the chart with a different symbol instead of reverting back to the default zoom. Under the Price Axis tab, you'll find 2 settings that affect how your chart scales: Fit Studies and Fit Study Markers. By default, these are both checked. When Fit Studies is checked, Thinkorswim automatically adjusts the price scale to fit all your studies, lines, clouds, and bands. This can compress your chart depending on what studies you have loaded, making your price candles smaller and harder to read. When Fit Study Markers is checked, the price axis scales to keep all study arrows visible on screen, even if they're far above or below current price. This affects studies that plot arrows like reversal indicators or buy-sell signals. The fastest way to toggle these on or off is by clicking the price axis icon in the upper right corner of the chart.